shining the spotlight on the communities we love. It's time for the KMCH Hometown Tour.
When you think of rural Iowa, you don't think of water sports normally or sandy beaches, but Lake Delhi is the exception to the rule, and they're home to a world-class ski show as well. What started out as the Lake Delhi ski team has evolved to the Hartwick Huskies, and Paul Atherton was there at the beginning. First off, how did this all kind of come about? How did it all get started having a ski team?
Well, it was in 1965, and there were four of us, myself, Steve Minsner, Bob Richardson, and Kenny McKnight. And of course, none of us had very powerful boats at that time, like 15 horse, 25 horse motors. And we just decided that we would put together a show for the lake. And I don't remember the date anymore. That was kind of the start. And of course, we had the neighborhood girls. They would help because we wanted to build pyramids, and we had to learn how to do all that because we had nobody training us or teaching us. We looked at pictures like Dick Pope from back then. He was one of the famous skiers from way back, and we all emulated him, learned how to slalom ski and so on. That was kind of the feeble beginnings of the Hartwick Huskies water ski team. Of course, started, like I say, in 1965 with the four of us. And then it just evolved. When it became the Hartwick Huskies is when the Cedar Rapids water ski team, I guess they decided to stop having shows because one of the families, they were returning from a water ski tournament up in Minnesota, I believe, and it was a horrible car accident, and they were all killed except one child. Bob Kanake, who was involved in the Cedar Rapids team, offered, because they had a cabin up there at Delhi too, offered to bring the equipment from the Cedar Rapids water ski team up to Lake Delhi, the jump and their equipment, if we would put the Husky name somehow within the name of the Lake Delhi Water Ski Club. So that's when it became the Hartwick Huskies water ski team.
What was the reception like those first few seasons you guys put a show together and were out on the water?
Well, Marquita Cooey gave us a place to ski from across from the marina. Our first show probably wasn't until about 1967 or so. I think that was basically our first, real show. Keith Calise, he had the most powerful boat on the lake. Just us and we were kids at the time and wanted to have a water ski show.
What's it like to know that it still lives on these 50 plus 60 years later?
Well, it's really something that I'm really proud of because, gosh, there's been hundreds of kids come through it. And of course, it's so much evolved into a fantastic water ski team. Any number of the kids got together and have, become families and have progressed on. And what I really believe, because we could only practice on the lake, during about 6 months of the summer years. So the dedication that it took, and the kids were really good at it, because we were out there skiing at 7 o'clock in the morning, especially the barefooters and that type of thing. Of course, the fishermen didn't like that very good, but we were out there at 7 in the morning, and we'd go down to the show site, which was down below the bridge at that time. And it's now, I believe, still at the Campo Delhi site, and it's continued on, just evolved over the years, and the families were dedicated, and the kids were loving it. And even though it's a lot of hard work, it's expensive anymore to put on these shows and to have the equipment and buy the boats and engines and all that kind of stuff. And of course, we would put on shows around the state.
Mitch Tanner, part of the current Hartwick Huskies, and has a little bit of a preview of what's ahead for 2023.
Oh, we got a good season planned. Lori and Lori Trenkamp, Marty Potabom, our show director this year, and she's doing Clue for the theme, kind of a spin off the board game. So they're really good on stage, so I'm sure we'll have a really good, funny, and entertaining show. Our first show, I think, is sometime middle of June, and then we'll have a few shows going on throughout the summer. One of our bigger shows will be down at Smokey's Bar on Lost Beach, so look forward to that one. That's usually a good fun when we get the cattlemen down there, and we got a volleyball tournament and some live music, so.
Talk to me a little bit how people can support you guys and get involved and maybe even join the team if they want to.
Yeah, so, I mean, I know most people are on Facebook anymore, so if you get on Facebook, but yeah, we can use all sorts of people of all ages. We got our youngest members probably 4 years old, and oldest one's probably 65, 70, so, and they're all on the waters.
But you can always catch them every summer in Lake Delhi. Learn more about the Hartwick Huskies on their website at hartwickhuskies.com. With your hometown tour of Lake Delhi, I'm Justin Roberts, Mix 94.7 KMCH.